Alright, so this is my paper prototype of my app. It's called Hoops, and we're gonna try to make this go as fast as possible, and let's see what we can do here. So as you can see here, we have a paper prototype of an iPhone. It's actually quite large, so I guess this is a 6 Plus. This is the first screen of Hoops when you click on the app symbol in on your iPhone. So basically, users do not who have just downloaded this account or this app will see this screen. So this is the sign in page here. You need to sign in. You need to sign in through Facebook or Twitter to make a profile. We don't have a manual sign in, enter username and everything like that because we want to get people to basketball as soon as possible. So, and the best way to do that is to do an O authentication through Facebook or Twitter, or we could add like Google Plus or whatever after. So let's get started here. All right. So if I place, for example, Facebook here, that will bring us to this next screen over here, which then tells you you have a little tooltip over here that says select a triangle on the map to pick a gym in your local area. You can X out of that to get rid of that tooltip, and now you have your map here. Let me go ahead and put this button over here as well. So now the user sees this map. What they're going to do now, or what they can do, is press this list button if they want to change views. And you can change from this map view over to this list view over here. Once you do that, this list button changes to a map button like so, and you also have a filter, and you can filter for various things on here. So for example, let's say that I went ahead and pressed the filter button. You can filter by distance or location, and that filter will go ahead and narrow down your choices. If you were to go ahead and press the map button again, that would switch back to your map view. This would switch back. And now that I look at it, I probably should have just put the other side of put those icons on the opposite side of the same button. But anyway, you can go back to the map view like so. Once you go back to the map view, let's say that I want to go ahead and click a game or a gym. I click this one here. That brings me to the gym screen. Gym screen looks like so. You have the description of the court here, an invite button so you can invite your friends, an X to go back, and a check button to go ahead and accept that you're going to attend this gym. So if you go ahead and press invite, like so, boom, then you get a contact list, which looks very similar to the list view, except we have checkboxes next to that. You can check and uncheck. If I hit this checkbox here, that unchecks it, like so. If I hit this checkbox up here, this goes ahead and becomes checked as well, like so. All right. And once I have the people that I want checked off, I could go ahead and send invite. Once I hit send invite, you will get this prompt over here to let you know that the invites were sent. Indeed. And then that brings you back to your screen here. After you do that, you can go ahead and say like this, go like that, and you will then be able to sign into that game. Once you have pressed that green button to go ahead and sign into that game, it will then prompt you with this screen asking you what time do you want to go. Now on this screen we have today, tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday. It basically gives you a whole week there. What you're going to do is select one of these. I want to go today. Select your time. You have AM in one column, PM in another column. Select your time, and then you can go ahead and accept. If you press accept, then it'll bring you back to your map view, and then it says that you have signed in, or you have scheduled your attendance, or you can press X, and this will bring you back to the view before, like so. All right. Let's see another view here. Let's say, for example, the first time that you sign into the app, and this is something that I actually skipped over before. When you first sign into the app, very first time, you don't have any user information or anything like that. What it's going to ask you is, how many times do you play basketball a week? You can use this slider underneath and say 4 times. That will go ahead and change this to 4 up here. I play basketball 4 times a week. You can press next to go to the next screen, or you can press skip to skip this interface, and it'll skip to that map screen I showed you before. Once you press next, you can go ahead and go to this screen, and it asks you when generally during the week is your free time. If you work a 9 to 5, for example, maybe your free time is after 5 or at 5, right? If I press the button if I press 5, it turns to green. And like so, you can do this for the rest of the numbers over here, AM, PM, or whatever. You hit next, you go to the map page finally, or if you hit skip, you can skip that and that goes to the map page as well. What this feature is for is to give you, the app will basically suggest times for when you need to, or when you would possibly get time to play basketball, so it's constantly reminding you of those things. Thought that was pretty useful for those who are really busy and they want some time to, they want an app to remind them to play basketball. Okay, so with that said, let's bring up that feature actually. So let's say if we are outside of the whole app, we are now looking at this screen over here. This is, your general iPhone screen with your apps and everything like that. You get this notification up top. Looks like you haven't hooped in a while. You say, I think you're right. You go ahead and press that. And then the next screen that you will see is this one right here. And then it says, looks like you have some free time pick a time to play. You go ahead and X out of that tooltip, like so. And, oops, upside down. You can now go ahead and say, oh, look, I have some free time right here in this green space. I'll go ahead and click that, and then it'll bring you to the map page, select the map the gym that you want to go to. You go ahead and click the gym, and you begin the cycle that I showed before. So that's a quick overview of some of the functionality of this app. There's other things that I want to add, but that's it for now. Thanks.